So hello guys, again welcome to Liskatech YouTube channel. So today we're going to learn about React router. So see, I have already opened with the React router documentation. So what is routing and what is React router? So in a layman language, the React router is nothing but, for example, there is an app, right? So when I click on store, it's traveling to the stored page, right? When I clicking live TV, it's redirecting to me to the live TV page, right? When I click on the home page, it's redirecting to the home page. So this is the routing. So when I clicking a store button, it is redirecting to the store page, right? When I clicking the live TV, it's redirecting to the live TV page. So this is the functionality of routing. So React router is, that's why we going to use React router to make our nav bar. Okay, so I think you got the idea what is a React router. So the latest version is 6.4. So we're going to do this. So we have already created a new folder, right? So this is the route folder, we're going to use it. So again, we're going to open the file, and inside the React route, we're going to select the route folder and click on it. Okay. Then see, it is the extra file, so we're going to delete it again. So delete it, delete it, delete it, delete it. Okay. And now I'm going to delete the app.js also. Simple. And also delete it. Okay, so it has a clean file, right? We're going to extra, these things are extra, so we're going to delete it, and also this. So now inside this we're going to write, for example, let's start with something like each one. Okay, for example, router, and for example now we're going to open the terminal, and now we're going to start with npm start. Okay, I'm going to allow it. So it's running absolutely fine. Okay, so now we're going to go to the npm, that is package manager. No, we will find router. Okay, so if you go to find router, see if we search it, see React router. Okay, so there is a React router DOM, we're going to use it. Okay, so this is the thing. So we're going to see there are also written, we have to open your browser. Okay, so we have to install that. Okay, this is the thing we have to install, that is npm install. Okay, these things we have to install it. Now we're going to click on new, and now we're going to install it. Okay, so it going to install in a second. Okay, so it has been installed. Okay, now we're going to do what? We're going to make another file. Okay, that is app.js. Okay, now inside the app.js we're going to create, like, now we're going to import, that is import browser route. See, it is recognizable, right? Now we're going to import another thing, that is the route, that is route, and another is the, that is routes. Okay, so that is the routes. Okay, so sorry, not routes, just routes. Okay, so these are the things we have to import. Now next thing comes, that is we have to create a function. Okay, function, for example, app. Now inside the app we're going to return it. Okay, so return, inside return we have to use, that is browser route. So these are the main thing we have to use, and inside the browse route, so we have to create our routes. Okay, inside the routes we are going to use route, and this route has everything. Okay, and this inside the route, there is two things, one is path and one element. So what is path? Path is where you want to show, means where you want to show, for example, home page. Inside the home page, what I want to show, the show, if you what you want to show, it will be in the element. For example, in home page I want to show, for example, I want to show, like, for example, div, for example, home page. Okay, now we're going to export it. Okay, export default and what app, right? Now after exporting the things, we have to import inside the index.js, right? Import app. Now inside this, before app, we're going to import this app. Okay, see, now if I save it, it will complete as it's the home page, right? So now let's create another thing that is inside, like this only, another route. It will be about page. Okay, so path slash about. When the person writes in the URL about, what it's going to show, for example, element. So element, inside element, what is going to show, for example, div about page. Okay, so about page, and if I save it, okay, now inside the home page it will show home page, but when I write, for example, slash about, so when I click it, see, about page. Okay, I think you got the idea what is, right? So like that only we can also use that contact page. Okay, route, we can same way we can write like contact page, for example, slash contact. Now inside the contact we are going to element, that is div contact page, contact us. Okay, contact us. Now inside the contact us, for example, let's go to the this and write inside, instead of contact, contact. Okay, now see, enter, see, contact us page. So I think you got the idea, right? When I am using the home page, it will travel to the home page, and when I write about, so it will go to the about page, right? But we don't want just like this. We want something to be clickable, and I want to pass pages instead of only writing. So instead of writing, you want to pass a whole page, right? So how you can do that? Simple way. So instead of passing, for example, I create a new page, that is, for example, about.jsx. Now inside about.jsx, I will import React from React, and inside that I want to create a function that is about, and return, for example, I want to return, for example, there will be a heading like about page. Okay, and now there will be a paragraph, like for example, this is about page, you can contact us. Okay, you can contact us. So now I'm going to export it, export default what about, right? Now I'm going to import inside where, inside this page, import. And now how you can pass it inside this about page? Simple, instead of writing the divs, we're going to write pass the page. Okay, same way, the simple thing. And right now if I go to the about page, see about page, and this is about the contact us. So I think you got the idea. Okay, so how we can write about page, right? So how we can pass a page instead of only a div element. Now how we can create a error page. Okay, for example, I want to create an error page, whatever writes instead of correct. For example, if he writes something, for example, if I write you whatever I want. Okay, see, it's not going to show anything, it's going to show blank page, right? Only the router, because I have written in the home page. So whenever it writes anything other than contact and about, for example, a star we're going to use. So anything, okay, anything can anything he can return, right? Okay, so simple save, and for example I want to pass, that is, this is error page. Okay, see, when I go to this, see, when I'm writing unusual things, for example, whatever, it's going to show as error page, right? So this is the error page. I think you got the idea. So but we want something to be clickable, right? We want to click something and pass to the page, right? So how we can do that? Simply, let's make another page, that is home page. Okay, we can do that. For example, I want to create a home page, home.jsx. Okay, inside this home.jsx I'm going to import react. Another thing I'm going to import, that is import nav links. Okay, so this I'm going to import. So these two things I'm going to import. Now the main task function. So function home return now I'm going to write, for example, this is the home page, right? H1 home page. Now inside this home page, after that we're going to use, that is nav. Inside the nav I'm going to use ul for another list, right? Now inside each list I'm going to add this is the main thing, that is nav link. Okay, now inside the nav link there is two things. One is where you want to click. So whenever, for example, there is a button home, but after clicking the home, where do you want to go? So that is to where you want to go. For example, I want to go to the home page, right? So you want to go to the home page, so you can do that. For example, I want to create another list, for example, about. So where do I want to go? Like about. Okay, so we can export it, export default what, home, right? Now we can do one thing, that is inside about, for example, app.js, we can import what, home, right? Home, and instead of passing this only div element, we're going to pass a home element. Okay, see, now if I save it and go to this, see, if I go to the home page, see, when I click on about, it's going to about, and if I click on home, it will be in the home page. Okay, see, about page. So let's do one thing. See, when I'm clicking on the about page, it's not showing anything, right? Because they vanished, because we only put this nav link in home page. So how we can do that? We're going to write only once, instead of writing everywhere, in about page also, in home page also. So we can do one thing simple, instead of writing home, we can create a like nav link. Okay, nav.jsx, and inside this we're going to create this, we're going to import both of them. Okay, both of them, but in function we're going to only import it will be a navbar, and it will be a navbar, and instead of this it should be. Now whenever I call this navbar, for example, instead of home page, let's remove this. Okay, let's remove this and let's import nav bar, and above we're going to nav bar. Now just the thing, and we're going to import same thing in about, and import, for example, nav bar. See, now if I go to this, the number is haven't used, so let's save it and go to this. See, inside home page I am clicking on the about page, about page, it's okay. So I think you guys understand what is React router, how you can connect the things, and how you can communicate, right? How you can route from one page to another by clicking the buttons, right?